Hey guys, and welcome to the vlog. Today we're going to be talking about a couple of things that I feel are pretty important for both self-publishing and the traditional publishing authors. And that is scam publishers and scam beta readers / reviewers. I feel like this is a really timely vlog. This stuff is pretty rampant right now, and I always feel like the more that you guys know, the better prepared you are going forward. I'm going to start with scam publishers, and for those of you who don't know, mostly scam publishers are smaller publishing houses that essentially take your story and run. That's not to say that all small publishers are that way, but you have to be vigilant. A little bit of a backstory with that is I have a friend that is currently in a more or less legal battle with her soon-to-be former publisher because he did take her story and just disappeared into the breeze. I don't want to give out too much information because that is still going on, and I don't want that publisher or that author to get in trouble for talking about their story. So, yeah. But to help you guys out and to help you avoid getting scammed, I came up with some tips that I felt would be pretty helpful, and I'm going to put these tips in writing on the blog as well, so you guys have them for reference if you can't remember them, but they're pretty easy. So anyway, tip 1, copyright your work yourself. This sounds like a pretty basic tip, but a lot of authors don't think about it. And there are a couple of ways you can do that. The easiest way, or the poor man's copyright, is to take a copy of your finished manuscript, seal it in an envelope, and mail it to yourself. That postage mark on there from the post office will hold up in court if it ever came down to issue of copyright. The other way to copyright your work is simply just to file the necessary paperwork with the U.S. Copyright Office. Then you'll have a federal document showing that you own the rights to your work. Pro tip, if a potential publisher offers to copyright your work for you, just say no. This isn't to say that the publisher won't do it correctly, but that paperwork can get kind of confusing, and you don't want to end up in a situation where you run the risk of losing the rights to your own work. Tip 2, read your contracts. As a baby author, getting that first offer is a huge deal, and it rightfully as it should be. Typically you can get really excited and you want to work with that publisher right away, so you just sign on the dotted line, and that isn't always a good thing. Taking a couple of days to read a contract is not a big deal either. If the publisher is professional and sincere with their offer, then they will give you the time. If you have a lawyer to read over it, just go ahead and let them do that. Make sure that everything sounds and seems to be okay. If you don't have a lawyer, then the easiest thing to do is get with your spouse or a friend and have Google ready. And just go through the contract line by line. The reason I suggest Google is because if you don't understand a term, Google is your friend, so use it. Pro tip, if the publisher is pressuring you to sign right away, then you need to walk away. It may sting a little bit, but the self-publishing world is becoming more and more prevalent, and so you still have a way of getting your work out there. Tip 3, keep all of your communications with the publisher. Even if it's just a hey email, save it somewhere. If your relationship with your publisher goes south and you have to go to court, you want to have every bit of communication handy. You never know if it's needed. Pro tip for that is to keep a couple of digital copies as well as a couple of hard copies, because let's say you delete the email but you save it somewhere on your hard drive and your hard drive dies for whatever reason and you can't recover that work. or that communication, then it's just gone. So it's better to be safe than sorry in that instance. Tip 4, research any potential publishers. Google is your friend. Use it. If a publisher reaches out to you and wants to work with you, taking that time to look at their website, their authors' websites, Facebook pages, Amazon, any kind of social media that they have their name on, look at it. If the publisher isn't doing a good job of keeping those pages up to date, chances are they won't do a good job with you as their author either. You're a bright young star, and that kind of marketing isn't good for you. So now, let's say the relationship between you and the publisher has fizzled out and you are ready to move on. Either, of course, they're not holding up their end of the deal, or what have you. If it isn't something that can be resolved amicably, then the best thing for you to do is to hire a lawyer. If you can't afford a lawyer, sending certified letters in regards to your termination or whatever, then that should be sufficient in most cases. If not, don't take any deal from the publisher that you're not comfortable with. It may take some time, but if you stick to your guns, you should be able to walk away feeling good about it. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was scam beta readers and reviewers. For those of you who don't know what a beta reader is, that's someone that typically you reach out to read your book for you. They'll provide you with positive or negative feedback in exchange for a free copy of your book. The reason that I wanted to bring this up is because I'm hearing more and more about people being contacted by scam beta readers and scam reviewers. So I wanted to put this out there. What a scam beta reader or a scam reviewer are, they're people that will read your work either pre or post publishing and send you some type of message via email, Facebook, or however you have out there to communicate with you. And they'll start by saying that they really loved your book, they thought it was awesome, but it was so full of errors that they couldn't finish it. They will proceed to then say that if you pay them to edit your book, then they'll give you a 5-star review. You should never, ever, ever, ever pay for a 5-star review. Period. The most positive way to deal with those type of people is to just send them in a single response saying, no thank you, I'll have my editor look over it myself, thank you for bringing it to my attention. Something like that. Of course, more than likely, if they are really pushy, then they will still end up giving you a negative review, but you shouldn't worry about it. If your work has enough substance to stand on its own, then that one negative review won't kill it. I have talked about this on the blog before, that I've had that happen to myself, and at a point when Celine, or right as Celine came out, and it sucked, but I got through it, and you'll get through it too. So don't retaliate, don't be rude, just let it go. If they proceed to harass you, then that's a whole nother matter. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video and you'd like to see more, please take a moment to press that subscribe button. Also remember to like and comment down below. I do vlogs on Mondays, book reviews on Thursdays. If you have a book you'd like me to review, please leave it down in the comment below and I will see what I can do to get to it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye.
You need a studio or something.
I know.